Nigel, your love, respect. You know, being jealous and envious over somebody, it's one thing to be a hate in disguise. But when you have malicious intentions, and I say this respectfully, the energy hit different. Like I said, this page ain't for everybody, and that's okay. But it's sad to see that people will sit here and play somebody close to psych them out their freedom, let alone their eyes, stay in their thought process, or their pockets at the end of the day, so they won't be able to show for themselves because someone has controlling issues, or because someone at the end of the day is a hate in disguise and they don't know how to respect and love themselves to elevate in a healthy way. They don't want to see someone elevate faster than them. They don't want to see people actually genuinely be in tune with somebody at the end of the day. Regardless to what was endured within you from a child point of view, regardless of your trauma, you can still know how to respect people at the end of the day and stay in your own lane. You ain't gotta like people at the end of the day because you're a hate in disguise, and you're being exposed for who you truly are. A hate in disguise. Because once you have malicious intentions, at the end of the day, it's nothing attractive or cute about you at the end of the day. When you become your own worst enemy. For what? Or because a projection that was put on you, because someone overlooked you, or someone didn't take the time to get to know you at the end of the day, and you decide to go a certain route within your life at the end of the day to shortchange yourself and be this miserable person, to have malicious intentions. Regardless of what trauma was endured within you. Like the behavior within the behavior, and it's sad to say that a lot of people who have children, not all, but majority, they show up in these type of acts at the end of the day, and it's disgusting. To bring harm towards an innocent person, to play somebody close at the end of the day, all because you don't want to see your neighbor elevate faster than you, or you don't see potential within your neighbor because everybody else sees potential within your neighbor, and you're nothing but a hater in disguise, and it's not attractive or cute at the end of the day. You're only sick within being sick, and you need a whole straight body jacket when you have malicious intentions to bring harm towards an innocent person. And then it's kind of funny how you projecting all this negative energy on an innocent person, but you wouldn't want nobody to project that negative energy on your child, and you want to defend your child at the end of the day at any cost at the end of the day. But you're the one who's putting this energy into the universe. It'd be the one-sided mind games for me at the end of the day. You can't even take yourself serious. Who's going to take you serious? It'd be the thought process for me. Hate in disguise. It's sad and disturbing to see how people will sit here and play somebody close and act like they so buddy-buddy with somebody at the end of the day. And the whole entire time, they don't like them. They hate their guts. They want to see them psyched out their freedom. It's a thought process to me. You would sit here and play somebody close, sneak diss them, call them bald-headed, call them slow and retarded at the end of the day, trying to line them up, psych them out their freedom at the end of the day, all because you're a hate in disguise and you have malicious intentions. It's sad to see that someone will sit around you for so many years, right? And will try to psych you out your freedom. They would try to lace your weed, your drinks, your food, spike your food, do all types of toxic behavior stuff, and then play victim as like they don't know what's going on at the end of the day. When they only play in their own face, it be the thought process of me. Now you want to play victim because you got caught? Trying to figure out how did you know? It be the thought process of me. You got to be careful who you project that negative energy on at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully, especially when you're dealing with a child of God. I say that respectfully. It be the thought process of me. How someone will sit here and fake gaslight you like they're so for you at the end of the day, regardless if it's family or not, associate in the street. At the end of the day, it don't matter who it is. A relationship, someone trying to be in tune with you at the end of the day. They would sit here and play you so close because they see so much potential within you that they don't even see within themselves. How so smart you are, how so intelligent you are, that you can cook, you can provide for yourself, you know how to show up for yourself and respect yourself and respect your neighbor, and they don't like it. It be the thought process of me. You have so much time and energy to sit there and paint a narrative at the end of the day that you want to play somebody close, but can't put that same energy or play that same narrative within your own life to show for yourself in the most healthiest way. But you rather take all the negative energy and animosity that you have, hate within yourself, and put that projection on an innocent person that would never allow you. That would never allow you to understand how God is favoring them today. Because he was trying to kick them down when they was down already. And they just trying to elevate, become their best self, vision themselves. And you can't get in tune to who you are. Because you're miserable. And you don't know how to respect yourself. Let alone love yourself. Let alone you don't have self-awareness within yourself because you a hate in disguise. It be the thought process of me. How someone will project all this negative energy, all this animosity, this hate towards you at the end of the day. And when you're just trying to come out your comfort zone to respect your neighbor, but your neighbor don't know how to respect you, they would sit there and sneak diss you and say, I'm jealous of you, I'm envious of you at the end of the day. What, you think you better than somebody because you know how to show up for yourself and elevate and be yourself? Oh, that's the problem right there. Someone that knows how to be themselves in a healthy way, and they don't have to put all this negative projection into the universe when it comes to toxic behavior, showing up for themselves. They understood their assignment to show up for themselves, to elevate, to become their best self vision of themselves. They ain't got to fake gaslight you or wear a mask, regardless of what trauma was endured with them from a child point of view going into their adulthood. Yeah, they don't look like what they've been through. That's why you mad. Without them even trying to express what they actually been through at the end of the day. Because it may be deeper within them deep. They probably told you bits and pieces at the end of the day, maybe nothing. But you just a hate in disguise. You got controlling issues. You a narcissist. It's sad and disgusting that people really show up like this at the end of the day, regardless of your culture, regardless of your sexual orientation, regardless if you're disabled or not, if you're elderly or not. What? It's sad to say it's showing up in the kids. This became the norm of the norm, and it's not the norm. How someone comes into your life, and you have so much hate within yourself that you have so much hate within you. Someone comes into your life, they're kind, they're generous, they're themselves, they know how to show up for themselves in a healthy way. And because you don't like that, the way they tie their shoe, the way they respect themselves, the way they love themselves, the way people show love to them, you don't like that. Because you got controlling issues. You're a narcissist. And then you sit there, right? Have third-party conversations about an innocent person at the end of the day. That's not doing nothing to you. That only showed you respect, but you didn't know how to respect them. And as they were showing you what kindness looks like up close in person, you had to sneak diss them, disrespect them. Because you ain't used to somebody respecting and being real with you. And didn't have malicious intentions towards you. You're not used to that. Somebody being their authentic self without having to go in competition with you, secret competition with you at the end of the day. That's what you used to. You're not used to somebody being real without wearing a mask and tuning to themselves to respect you. It be the thought process of me. It's sad and disgusting. It really is. How this became the norm of the norm. How someone will allow you into their inner circle, or someone can respect you, and you take their kindness for weakness, and you paint this narrative to a third-party conversation about this person, of your delusional ass mindset, as to something that they truly not at the end of the day. All because at the end of the day, you got controlling issues. All because you don't want to see people supporting somebody. All because you a hate in disguise. And when these people start to reevaluate their thought process at the end of the day, and they realize that you're nothing but a hate in disguise, and you're just trying to project negative energy on an innocent person, it just goes to show you at the end of the day, wow, you was only playing in your own face when you came across a real one, something that you would never ever come across again ever in life, a real one. Because you need a whole straight body jacket with the mental state that you have to have this type of animosity towards a neighbor that does not have malicious intentions towards you, that only knew how to respect you at the end of the day. Sneak dissing somebody because they knew how to respect you. Sitting there painting a delusional ass thought process of somebody, a projection that truly not at the end of the day, just to make you feel good at the end of the day. Sitting here lying to people. It be the thought process of me. Like, ma'am, sir, that's not attractive at all. Because at one point, at some point in time, people gonna realize that you're nothing but a hate in disguise. The way you keep talking about somebody, how you so in tune with somebody at the end of the day when they just minding their business and they not even entertaining you. Like, what's your real problem? What's your real beef about somebody in the day? And they just in their own lane trying to elevate. You sneak dissing somebody who don't have malicious intentions towards you, let alone never disrespected you, or not one time showed you that type of animosity at the end of the day. Oh, I get it. Because they never went back and forth with you with words at the end of the day to put you in your place. You thought they were slow. You thought they were slow and retarded. Because you're used to saying things to individuals or disrespecting people, and you used to that animosity with the words going back and forth and people beating you up, or you trying to size somebody up and try to poke them up because you don't know how to fight at the end of the day. You got to go get a weapon when it comes to a real one at the end of the day because you scary in real life. It be the thought process of me. Because why are you so intimidated by somebody at the end of the day? You see how that go? A hate in disguise. They got to pick up a weapon to hurt you. They can't use their hands. They got to use a weapon. They got to use a weapon. How does that work, ma'am, sir? You got all this animosity within you, and you don't know how to use your hands, but you go quick to go pick up a weapon on an innocent individual at the end of the day. All because you're threatened by their energy. Why? Because you too low vibrational, and you understood the assignment to see what was right in front of your face, a real one. Wow, that's the only assignment that you understood, a real one in your face. You know, it's sad to see that when you come across a real one at the end of the day, just stay in your lane. And I say that respectfully, just stay in your lane. Because your hand skills is not there. All you do is this all day long, talking louder than louder to prove what point? That you're hating disguise. Just admit it and be real with yourself because everybody sees you for who you truly are, clown. It be the thought process for me. How an individual, regardless if it's a family member or not at the end of the day, associate in the street, it don't matter at the end of the day. How people will have so much animosity towards you. They will hate you so much, all because they don't want to see you elevate. They will put a projection on you to stop your growth. They will do spell work on you in a toxic way. They will put stuff in your food. They will spike your drinks. Whatever substance of choice you decide to use, they will try to spike you. They will try to spike your stuff. All because of the fact that they see so much potential within you. And all you knew how to do was motivate them. But when they overlook the pages within the pages of somebody being real at the end of the day, they're only playing in their own face. And I say that respectfully. It be the thought process of me. How this became the norm. Why is this the norm? Just because you don't understand how someone ties their shoe, how someone talks firm and being real with themselves, and they ain't got to fake gas like nobody to wear a mask to tune into themselves. You a hate in disguise. And now all you want to do is have malicious intentions to bring harm towards an innocent person at the end of the day. You want to fight somebody for what? Why? Because you don't like them? Why you don't like them for? What did they possibly do to you that you don't like them? A valid reason. You don't have one. It be the thought process of me. How people would sit there and be a hate in disguise and wouldn't even have a valid reason why they don't understand their own comprehension when it comes to common sense. When they thought process starts to register. Because when authorities start to ask them, ma'am, sir, what was the cause and effect as you having an animosity towards this innocent person? Your only thought process is going to say is, I just don't like them. So then authorities going to look at you. So you just a hate in disguise. Yeah, you do need a straight whole body jacket. You do. You do. Because you got so much animosity towards an innocent person. Well, you could take all that animosity and install that animosity within yourself and go within and heal and show up for yourself. It be the thought process for me. You know, being a hater in disguise and having malicious intentions is two different things. It's one thing being a hater. It's one thing being envious. And it's definitely disrespectful to understand that being a hater in disguise and having envious tendencies, to understanding that you're turning it into animosity, to have malicious intentions. Wow, it's the thought process for me. And then sometimes people be looking for clout. You clout chasing off of somebody else's name that's elevating. And you trying to bash them. And they're trying to, and people was reevaluating their thought process like, yo, ma'am, sir, what's your real problem with this person? Because if you really get technical, at the end of the day, you sound like a hater in disguise. You're miserable. Misery loves company. Whoa. It's funny. Never judge a book by its cover, and I say that respectfully when it comes to misery loves company. Because they sure enough will fool the crap out of you, and I say that respectfully. It's the thought process for me. It's disgusting. It really is. How your own folks would be against you at the end of the day. How they will project all this negative animosity towards you because they don't want to see you elevate. They will put you in situations so you won't be able to show up for yourself because you're trying to find balance and trying to find balance within balance. They don't want you to have self-awareness. And when you start to override, to find yourself, to love yourself, to acknowledge the tools that God installed within you, to have self-awareness within yourself, because you know God installed these tools within us to elevate, become our best self-visions of ourselves, self-awareness, self-healing, self-respect, self-peace, self-control, self-discipline, self-confidence, self-care, self-value, self-love, self-worth, self-patience, healthy boundaries, healthy balance, to elevate. And when they wanted to see you down, when they closed those doors in your face and told you they didn't care about you, they made you be homeless. They wasn't able to feed you, but they was able to feed everybody else but you, and they disrespected you and told you that you wasn't worthy of yourself. Your own folks at the end of the day, painting a narrative of they delusional ass mindset at the end of the day of a description that you truly wasn't, and you just trying to find yourself. They didn't understand how you overcame the pain and the trauma that they try to endure within you, being sexually assaulted, dealing with domestic violence, toxic folks, unhealthy relationships, sickness. You put a name to your book, how a projection of witchcraft or spell work was being projected on you so you won't show up for yourself and allow you to feel like you was living a delusional ass mindset at the end of the day when you woke up and they don't understand, wow, you really elevating out here. You wasn't supposed to see for yourself. I was supposed to kick you down so you wouldn't be able to get up. Every time I try to do something to project negative energy on your mindset, why you keep getting up? I'm doing spell work on you in a toxic way. Why you keep getting back up? I'm wishing bad on your finance. I'm wishing that you be homeless. They wishing all this toxic behavior on you at the end of the day. Your own folks. And then be sad enough to be a stranger in the street to do the same projection on you at the end of the day. Wow, when you're just trying to find yourself to elevate, and they don't understand that, wow, you overcame every obstacle to show up for yourself, to understand the growth within yourself, to have the awareness to know at the end of the day, there are better days ahead because God got my back. With God's protection for every direction. When your steps is ordered, they can't understand that, you know what? You understood your assignment within your assignment at the end of the day. That you're showing up for yourself today when they try to bring you down. When that wasn't your energy. It was theirs. Now they're dealing with their own karma today in a toxic way. And you never had to project negative energy on anybody. It's sad to say. How you still was able to show up for yourself. And they didn't like that. How you was still able to love yourself. And love others around you. And respect others around you. And you understood the assignment that everybody wasn't for you. They projected all this negative animosity, energy towards you at the end of the day. This toxic behavior within toxic behavior. The spell work on top of spell work. The toxic spell work. You were supposed to psych yourself out your own freedom. But you didn't. Because you became a believer. What you knew at the end of the day, your life purpose was bigger than the projection they try to put on you at the end of the day. They saw so much potential within you, days when you couldn't see for yourself. That's why they were so mad. That's why they were so envious of you. They saw gifts within you that they couldn't see within themselves. So they didn't want you to see your gifts that was within you, that was installed within you from day one. Because they was a hate in disguise. It's sad to say. Yeah, they did that. They projected that negative energy on you. Your own folks. The folks that you allowed to come into your inner space, regardless if it's your family at the end of the day, regardless of a stranger in the street and you called your family, or regardless at the end of the day, that relationship didn't work out for all the right reasons at the end of the day. That job opportunity didn't work out for all the right reasons at the end of the day. When they didn't see your worth, because they didn't want you to show up for it. Because they overlooked you. Because they saw your worth. And they was a hate in disguise. And they thought they was going to stop your shine. But all they did was playing their own face when they came across a real one. And I say that respectfully. It be the thought process for me. Because you mad at you are worthy. They underestimated your ability. So you won't be able to show up for yourself. And it's sad to say that some people don't overcome their pain and their trauma. They don't. But some people do. And maybe you was one of the few that did. That understood the assignment. Yo, I'm not allowing someone's projection to be put on me to stop my growth. To stop me from showing up for myself. Regardless if that relationship didn't work out. Regardless if my folks didn't see my worth. Regardless of whatever projection that they put on me. They paid people to bring me down. They paid people to hurt me. I kept showing up for me. The days they wanted me to see me fall. They didn't want me to be balanced. They wanted me to be unbalanced. But you kept overriding every obstacle that came towards you. Every obstacle. And you understood every obstacle for the right reasons because you chose you. And because when you choose you choose your best self vision of yourself. When you mean what you say and you real with yourself, you ain't got to fake gaslight nobody to tune into yourself. They don't understand. Wow. Wow. They not going to understand. It wasn't meant for them to understand. Because your walk of life, your purpose, they wasn't part of that journey. When you set better days ahead, and when you chose your best self vision of yourself, and when God closed that door for all the right reasons, when it came to your trauma and your pain, that pain don't live here today. God said there are better days ahead, and you matter and you are worthy. It's sad that they tried to hurt you with your own words. You expressing yourself, being your authentic self. They not understanding how you standing firm before yourself. Like, wow, how can you possibly smile? And all the pain that you endured as a child and it went into your adulthood. How could you stand before yourself? All the pain that they endured within you so you won't show up for yourself. It be the thought process of me. How they wanted to kick you down when you was trying to find yourself. But God had a better plan because you chose you. And because you chose you, you matter and you are worthy. You didn't get discouraged. You didn't live in fear. You didn't give up on yourself because that's what the enemy wanted you to do. That's what the enemy wanted you to do. That energy hit different. And I say that respectfully. When you tune into who you truly are today, to understand God's plan for you, to choose you, because God is still patient with your process. And that's what they don't understand. How God is favoring you. How God is allowing you to become your best self vision of yourself. Days when you couldn't see for yourself. Days when you didn't understand the assignments of what peace truly looks like. All you knew was trauma, 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 trauma. That's all you knew was trauma. Trauma and drama. But you always knew that wasn't you. It was a projection put on you. And you saw that, you know what? I don't want to live like this. That's their norm, but that wasn't your norm. And because that became not your norm at the end of the day, they said you think you better than somebody. Why? Because you chose your best self vision of yourself to elevate, to understand at the end of the day, you didn't want anything draining your energy that wasn't for you. Because you chose your best self vision of yourself, to love yourself and respect yourself. And they don't understand, wow, why are you choosing your best self vision of yourself? You're supposed to be with us. Low vibrational. No, you're not. That's not, that was never part of your plan. When you came to this world, that was never part of your plan. And because you're waking up to yourself and loving yourself and respecting yourself and honoring yourself, they don't like that. They don't like the fact that you can tune into you. You can tune into you. And because you know how to tune into you, they don't like that. They don't. And it's not meant for them to. And I say that respectfully. It's not meant for them to. It's not meant for them to. You know, when you love yourself, it's just certain things you're not tolerating in your life. And never allow someone to allow you to feel like you're the problem because you choose you. Because of a negative projection that's being put on you at the end of the day because someone doesn't see your value. You understand growth, you understand change at the end of the day, and you ain't gotta fake gaslight nobody when you tune into yourself. But never allow someone to dim your light because you love you and you know your self-value, you know your self-worth, and you have the confidence to stand before yourself, to look at your reflection of yourself in the mirror, to love and honor yourself, and be at peace within, and you ain't gotta wear a mask. And you ain't gotta wear a mask when you're tuned into God, to acknowledge the fact that God has been favoring you and God is allowing you to show for yourself. And God is still being patient with yourself. God is showing you that to be patient with yourself and you believe in the God within you because you believe in God. And because you believe in the God within you, they're not gonna understand at the end of the day that judging their neighbor at the end of the day, they're only playing their own face. Because they don't understand the fact that, why you? You think you're better than somebody because you overcame the pain and the trauma? No. But you love yourself to acknowledge that at the end of the day, with change comes growth, and with growth comes true understanding of self. And acknowledging yourself today the most healthiest way when you look at your reflection of yourself, to honor yourself. It's not meant for them to understand. And that's okay, especially when you don't have malicious intentions to bring harm towards yourself or others around you. You know, it's sad to see that regardless of who individuals are and at the end of the day nowadays is, you know, they try to kick you down while you're just trying to find balance to pick yourself up from what you've been through in your life. You know, obstacles of a challenge, of showing up for yourself, to show self-awareness, to know that there are better days ahead, and to have the self-control within yourself to, you know, regardless to what I've been through in my childhood and went into my adulthood, I was never respected as a child, was never respected even as an adult. But as long as I know how to respect myself at the end of the day, and what I've been through and I experienced, I can still respect my neighbor. But when they don't understand the pain and the trauma that you experience, they want you to have that same animosity that they have towards themselves when we all not the same. It doesn't matter if you had two parents in a house or not, dysfunctional folks in a house or not. You still have people who overcome these obstacles and still know how to love and respect themselves, regardless of what type of folks they had as guardians. And I say this respectfully. Not everybody's toxic. You have people who do have a heart, regardless of the parents that they were given. They don't have to go tick for tack because they didn't have a mother and a father. They don't have to go tick for tack because they didn't have a guardian. They don't have to go tick for tack because they lost this person in their life. They don't have to go tick for tack and bring below themselves and bring themselves down because they're having a misunderstanding self-day with themselves. Some people are not like that. And I say that respectfully. And it's kind of funny when you playing in the wrong person's face at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, that karma that you dishing out, that negative energy, you're only playing in your own face. And I say that respectfully, especially when you come encounter with an innocent person that never had that animosity towards you. At the end of the day, it's so sad. And it's sad to see that people paint this narrative on an innocent person of their delusional ass mindset. To have third-party conversations about an innocent person, to bring somebody down just for the third-party conversation with amongst this group, for them to realize at the end of the day, y'all nothing but haters. Y'all just didn't want to see, you just didn't want to see somebody elevate. You just didn't want to see somebody become their best self version of themselves. And you really don't love yourself. Because if you loved yourself, why you sneak this in somebody? Why you trying to bring harm towards an innocent person at the end of the day who knew how to respect you? Or let alone, they not even bothering you. That energy hit different. It be the thought process for me. How a person can have so much animosity and hate towards you at the end of the day, all because they don't like the way you smile. They don't like the fact the way you got nice, beautiful eyebrows. You may have edges. You may not have edges. They just be a hate in disguise. Because it be like that sometimes. You know, a person that may have edges, right? Or a person that have beautiful eyebrows, who have a beautiful smile at the end of the day, right? A person could be jealous and envious over that person and have malicious intentions towards that person to mess up their beauty. For what? Like, you got all that animosity in you. You come up with a plan within a plan to bring harm towards an innocent person because you don't like the fact that they're beautiful. Oh, not because they're beautiful, but they get attention. They get attention, and you don't get the attention that you are desiring, and they get they get attention without having to without having to clout chase. Oh, I get it, cause you a clout chaser. Okay. It's a difference when someone can just be their authentic selves and just be unique and different and be themselves without wearing a mask. You go about all the wrong way at the end of the day. You go about it the wrong way. You the one that looking for clout. You the one that looking for clout now. It be the thought process for me, you clout chaser. Come on. Like, make it make sense in the day. A person that don't have the clout chase to compare to a person that does have the clout chase, I'd rather be the person that does not have the clout chase. Because at the end of the day, what's for you will be for you in the most healthiest way. You know, genuine people that's going to genuinely love you. Genuine people who's going to genuinely respect you for who you truly are. Because, you know, when you clout chase, those people are not for you. They're actually against you, weird ass. Yeah, you may get a group of handful of people who's going to actually understand your assignment. But at the end of the day, eventually they'll catch on that you're truly a hate in disguise once they wake up. And reevaluate their thought process and say to themselves is, wait, hold on. I don't want parts of that. No, I don't. I was affiliated with that. Come on. Make it make sense, ma'am, sir. It's the thought process for me. You know, leave innocent people alone. It's so sad how people would sit here and fake gaslight somebody, act like they so in tune with somebody in a relationship or regardless if it don't matter what type of relationship it is at the end of the day. People would play people so close and act like they so for them, and the whole entire time they be against them, plotting on them in the most toxic, unhealthiest way to have malicious intentions, paying people to cite somebody out their freedom, manipulating someone's character, but the whole entire time you just want to be like them. It be the thought process for me. What's wrong with people? Like, ma'am, sir, make it make sense. Nah, for real. It's not gonna make sense in a person who has common sense thought process. And I say that respectfully. Leave innocent people alone. All because you're miserable and you're a hate in disguise. And you just don't want to see your neighbor elevate. If you tune into yourself and less animosity and get in tune to who you are, because you know when it starts with healing, it's not an overnight process, and you gotta mean what you're saying and be real with yourself. You can't have one foot in one door, one foot in the other door. It would never make sense when it comes to healing. I say that respectfully. It's a thought process for me. It's unhealthy. It's something attractive about you at the end of the day. It's not. And I see why you feel the way you feel about it, having animosity toward all this animosity towards an innocent person. Because don't nobody want to deal with you at the end of the day. You done cut your bridges with everybody. And everybody sees you for who you truly are. A hate in disguise. And why would someone want to have a hate in disguise next to them at the end of the day? So they can have malicious intentions towards them too? They gotta save themselves first. Safety first. Safety first. Hello. It's the thought process of me. When it comes to healing, you gotta mean what you say and be real with yourself. You cannot fake gaslight yourself to tune into yourself when it comes to healing. I say that respectfully. It would never make sense to have one foot in one door, one foot in another door, trying to tune into when it comes to healing. It ain't gonna make sense in your book. So stop being a hate in disguise because your neighbor decides to choose their best self vision of themselves to go within, regardless of what traumas endured with them from a child point of view, going into their adulthood. If they had guardians in their life or they didn't have, at the end of the day, they chose themselves. It's something that you don't understand is to choose yourself, to have genuine self-awareness within yourself, to elevate, to become your best self vision of yourself. It'd be a thought process for me. Sad. It's really sad. Like, it really is sad. It really is sad. Stop the violence, stop the violence, stop the violence. For real, stop the violence. You know, to find peace within, and I say this respectfully, it takes time. It takes time within time. But when someone doesn't have to fake gaslight anybody to wear a mask or tune into themselves at the end of the day, you ain't gonna understand how they showing up for themselves. That's why you a hate in disguise. A projection you trying to put on somebody of a fake ass narrative of your thought process at the end of the day, leave innocent people alone. You don't even know yourself. To sit there and judge somebody that you don't even know at the end of the day, you're weird. Stop being weird with your delusional ass mindset, painting a narrative of a delusional ass mindset, of a description of somebody that they truly not. Or because you don't respect or love yourself, or let alone have self-awareness to get in tune with yourself. It'd be the thought process of me. Leave innocent people alone. Leave innocent people alone, for real, for real. Leave innocent people alone. They're not deserving of that. Not even a little bit. Stay in your own lane. It's that simple. Just because you don't understand how God is favoring an innocent person at the end of the day, it's not meant for you to understand. It's not. And I say that respectfully. It's not meant for you to understand. But one thing they don't have to do is fake gaslight themselves, to tune into themselves, to wear a mask. Because God is truly favoring them. And I say that respectfully. When you a child of God, that energy hit different. When you an innocent person, that energy hit different. You matter and you are worthy. Never allow someone to dim your light because they're a hate in disguise. God said there are better days ahead. Protect your energy because not everybody's ever get time. Devil, devil, return back to sender. Devil, devil, not today. Devil, devil, return back to sender. Devil, devil, not today. Devil, devil, return back to sender. Devil, devil, not today. Turn back to sender with all that negative energy, respectfully. It's just that simple. That's why they mad. Because they dealing with their own karma today. And guess what? You don't even got to put hands on them to prove a point. Because they play in their own face when it comes to an innocent person. You see how that works? How you don't gotta put hands on somebody at the end of the day to prove a point, to go back and forth with words with somebody who don't know themselves, to respect their neighbor, to respect themselves. You see how that works? And the first thing they gonna say is you trying to put spell work on them. Nah, nobody gotta do anything to you. You put a projection in the universe at the end of the day, and it was sent back to sender, and you don't like how it's feeling today. It'd be the thought process for me. Leave innocent people alone. Because all you're doing is playing in your own face, and I say that respectfully. Just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because someone overlooked you, don't give up on yourself. You are genuinely loved by all the right people. You are genuinely respected by all the right people. And you deserve to be treated with respect. 365 days with no malicious intentions to bring harm towards yourself or others around you. Protect your energy, because not everybody is deserving your time. Never allow the hate in disguise or personal malicious intentions psych out your freedom, your thought process, or your eyesight, or your pockets. Protect your energy, because not everybody is deserving your time. Choosing your best self vision of yourself is not a crime. Loving yourself and staying in your own lane to elevate to become your best self vision of yourself is not a crime. And if someone allows you to feel like, oh, because you choosing your best self vision to elevate, and all they did was bring nothing but chaos into your life and lied on you and manipulate your character for something that you're truly not, at the end of the day, because you choose yourself, it's not a crime. But you know what was right in front of you before you knew it was right in front of you at the end of the day. And that's why they don't like the fact that you overcame all that pain that they try to project on you. And they don't live here today. Choose your best self vision of yourself, because you matter. You do. You matter and you are worthy. You do. It's funny how they sit there and sneak diss you. And then they sit there and try to play you close like they so in tune with you. They say they love you, but at the end of the day, they trying to use you and abuse you. It be the thought process of me. Wow. They sneak diss you. Days when you couldn't see for yourself. They sneak diss you when you're trying to elevate. They sneak diss you because you're trying to elevate. They sneak diss you because you're trying to elevate. You overcame the pain and trauma. Wow. And that's why they hate you today. And they still paint a narrative at the end of the day when you still choose your best self vision of yourself. Let a hater be a hater in disguise. But at the same time, too, you still know how to respect your neighbor and stay in your own lane without having to project negative energy on an innocent person, let alone a person who doesn't know themselves, to love themselves, to respect themselves. It'd be the thought process of me. You know, neighbor, I could stay in my lane to elevate, to understand at the end of the day. As I choose my best self vision of myself, I honor and respect myself. To respect my neighbor with no malicious intentions. That's why they don't like you. It'd be the thought process of me. Save the negative energy for your mama. It's just the thought process of me. I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. Have a safe day. Have a safe week. Remaining week. Oh, it's about to be the weekend. It's about to be the weekend. Yo, it's Thursday already. Yo, it's about to be the weekend already. It's the thought process for me. Gotta go. Protect your energy. Because not everybody's deserving your time. They're not. And it's okay to understand at the end of the day, as you continue to choose your best self vision of yourself, never forget to love yourself, and never allow someone to dim your light, because you choose you in the most healthiest way. When that toxic behavior don't live here today, they don't understand that regardless of the trauma that was endured within you as a child, going into your adulthood, you chose you. You matter and you are worthy. You are. I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. Have a safe remaining week. Have a safe weekend. Protect your energy, because now everybody's deserving your time. Now you genuine love, respect. Love yourself with God's protection for every direction. Love yourself, love yourself. Love yourself with God's protection for every direction. You matter and you are worthy. God's protection for every direction. Gotta go. Have a good day. Thank you for your time.